No one makes it through this world unscathed. Would be really boring, first off. But we all have wounds. We all have traumas. We all have triggers. And our culture leads us to believe that those things can be fixed, healed, made better by something outside of us. Medications, doctors, priests, politicians, money. It's not true. What is true is that if you've been waiting on someone to save you, you've been waiting on you. Maybe you don't know that, but you are the one, the only one that can save you. I don't mean to say that you don't need God. Ultimately, it's God that saves us. But we have to surrender to God. So that's a free will choice and a personal responsibility. So it's you who has to make the choice to do that. We're made up of so many different constituents, so many different parts. We have a personality, we have an ego, we have a family of origin, we have a culture that we're immersed in and influenced by. We all have a different IQ and different preferences, and none of us are anywhere close to the same. We're utterly unique and great. Not because of anything we've done, but because we were made by greatness, for greatness, by love, in love, for love. And we're here to find our way back to that realization. And part of that process is being broken and healing that brokenness with intention. Some of what happens when we become wounded is that if the wound is deep enough, if the trauma is significant enough, parts of ourselves break off. That's what dissociation is. It's a protection mechanism. It's our soul's way, our psyche's way of protecting us so that we can go on, right? It's a compartmentalization. So, parts of ourselves are seemingly lost and inaccessible. That leaves us feeling hollow, empty, lost. To greater or lesser degrees, depending on what we've been through and the support system that we have and our self-esteem and our sense of self-worth and so many things, all the things I mentioned before that make us up. But if you are a person who has suffered a great deal of trauma, if you feel fractured, split up within yourself. If you go to a doctor, if you go to a psychiatrist, most likely they're going to prescribe you a pill, which may numb you or give you the illusion or the sense that things are better, but really it's just a way to cope. It's like putting a band-aid on a bullet wound. It allows you to get through the day and do the things you need to do to continue fueling this system. You know, much of our medicine and our counseling, our therapies are informed by the status quo. What do I need you to be to serve the system? Okay, well, then I'm going to get a pill or some sort of therapeutic modality and prescribe it to you so that you can get back on the assembly line. This is why counseling and therapy is being shoved down everyone's throat right now so heavily. I'm sure you guys get all the commercials and advertisements for BetterHelp online. You know, I'm not saying that it's not good to talk to people, but what I'm saying is you're talking to a therapist who's been indoctrinated into a certain system. They've all read the same books. They've all been led to believe that this is what health looks like, when in reality, it's not health that we're aiming for in this culture, it's compliance. So keep that in mind if you're seeking out someone to talk to, a doctor, a therapist, a modality, a pill. What is your motivation? What is it that you want? Do you really want to heal, or are you just concerned with making it through the day? Because if you are just concerned with making it through the day, then a pill will do. And maybe a really well trained, indoctrinated therapist will do. But all of those things that are being covered over by the chemicals, the pills, the medications, the modalities, many of which distract from the real root issue. While all that's going on, allowing you to pay the bills, the cause of the issue is still festering beneath the surface. And that real issue is that you've lost yourself. And the only way to find yourself is to make time for yourself. To make yourself, all of those parts of yourself that have been left behind, that have been lost and forgotten, you have to make time to find them again. Seek them out. Gather them up. Hold them with love. Speak to them. Invite them back in. Ask them for forgiveness. Because you had to leave them behind to survive, but now you've come back with the real medicine, which is love and self-acceptance. It's a soul retrieval. That's what it is. That's the real medicine. Retrieval. Nobody can do that for you. It is a hero's journey. And we're all heroes. We are all our own heroes, potentially. We have to be. If you want a hero, well, here you are. As long as you have breath in your lungs and a heart beating in your chest, you can do it. And it's only you that can do it. Now, we can support one another. We can hold each other's hands, but we have to make the choice to do the work. And it's scary and it's hard because you have to walk through a lot of darkness and you have to dance with a lot of shadows and wrestle with demons. but you can do it. And that's what you're here for. That's the reason you're here, is to find yourself. And then when you do, you help others find themselves by being supportive and loving and kind and humble and patient and gentle. It's time to rise up. It's time to go to battle for yourself. Don't fight against something. Fight for something. Fight for your life, your wholeness, your holiness, the love that you are. You are the love you've been looking for. You are the love you've been waiting for. How do you know? How can you tell when someone loves another or a thing? They give it attention, they give it time. Give that to yourself. It's the only way to heal. It's the only way to wake up and remember who you are. You're a child of God.